In this video, I will show you how to create a AWS Lambda function, and then we are also going to work on API gateway to create an API endpoint so that we can call the Lambda function using the API. So in the last video, we have seen we did database seeding in our expense tracker application, and I need a function that will call the Lambda function and create me an AI response like a description like this, grocery shopping, a two-word description. So I'm going to use Gemini API and I'm going to include that API key in the Lambda function and it will give me response. Okay, so let's get started. And if I go to console, okay, and I click on Lambda. So let's create a function and let's see how to use it. So we are going to create it in Node.js. Okay, so I'm going to create a function. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a name for it. So that is the expense tracker. Okay, expense tracker is a function name. And we are going to use this node version over here. Then we are going to say create a function. So this will create as a function. You can see that the function is created now. And if I scroll down now, and you can see we have a option to deploy it. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to my configuration part. Okay. And here I'm going to increase this seconds. Okay, by maybe 15 seconds because because I'm going to call the Gemini API, that is the AI from AI Studio, Google AI Studio API, and I'm going to give it 15 seconds max. So it would take time to send request and get response from the API. So I'm going to save this. Okay. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to the environment variables here and I'm going to add it and I'm going to add a new environment variable here. So this will be my API key. Okay. And then I'm going to pass a value to it. So you can go to your Google AI Studio code and get the API key. So you can see that you can get the API key from your Google Studio here. So I'm going to click on that and get the key. So I'm going to put this key over here and I'm going to save it. And now I'm going to the code back again. And then what I'm going to do is I have this code with me. So I will post this into the description so you can use it. So I'm going to use this code over here. Okay. So this is to call my AP, this is the code of the AI function that we have. So this will return me a two-word description for my enter text. So I'm going to use this text. Uh, so body.text. So this text would be used and then I would get a description of two words that will be generated by the AI response. Okay. So I'm going to deploy this. Okay, and you can see it has deployed successfully. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to my API gateway. So API gateway. So I'm going to this. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create an API. Okay. So we need an API to access the AWS Lambda function. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to say REST API. So I'm going to say build, okay, new API. So my API name will be expense tracker API. Okay, then I'm going to use the API endpoint that is regional. We'll keep it the same, and we need to use this security policy here. We select that and we create an API. Okay, and now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create a resource. Okay, and my resource name will be API resource. API resource. I'm just going to keep this name and I'm going to create a resource. Okay, then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create a method under this resource that will be, okay, let's create a method and my method will be post method. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow the AWS Lambda integration. And here you can see that the expense tracker URL is coming over here. That is the function that we have. And I'm going to say create method here. Okay, and now you can see that the method has been created over here. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to enable CORS. So enable CORS here. So because we are going to access it from the local host and other domains. So I'm going to check mark all this and then I'm going to save. Okay, I've saved this now, and now what we are going to do is let's run this and see how it works, if it works. And there is a test environment here, so I'm going to click on this. Okay, and here I'm going to type my request body, that is text. So this is my text, and then the value will be something like I went to shopping in the mall. Okay, and I'm going to test this now. So it should give me a two word response. But let's see if it is working. Yes, you can see that this is coming from the API. So from the Google API, Gemini API. So I'm getting the response. So let's try something else. So tenant, let's say the tenant paid me the rent, and let's see what response do we get from the API. So it will take time. And rent income, you can see that it is responding me with the two words as we have done it in the code. So thanks for watching, guys, and please comment. I will do more videos on this as well. So thank you.